Level 1. The glitch. You are standing at a crosswalk. It's raining. You're holding a cup of coffee. Suddenly, your vision tears in half. A flash of blinding white light, a migraine hits you like a hammer. For one split second, you aren't looking at the street. You are looking at a crumpled car, shattered glass, blood on the pavement. You blink. The vision is gone. The street is normal. The light turns green. You take a step, but a cold sweat freezes you in place. You wait. 3 seconds later, a truck runs the red light. It slams into a sedan exactly where you were about to walk. Glass shatters, blood on the pavement, exactly like you saw it. You drop your coffee. You don't understand. You survived. You go home. You try to sleep. You convince yourself it was déjà vu, a coincidence. You are wrong. Level 2. The whisper. It happens again. You are sitting at a bar. The news is playing on the TV. The anchor is talking. Suddenly, the audio in your ears skips. You hear the anchor say a sentence before his mouth actually moves. A 3-second delay. You stare at the screen. You repeat the sentence out loud. 3 seconds later, the anchor says it, word for word. Your heart races. You look at the bartender. You see him drop a glass before he even reaches for it. Crash. It happens. You look at your phone. You see a text from your mother before it arrives. Ping, it arrives. You aren't guessing. You aren't hallucinating. You are remembering the future. You have a 3-second head start on reality. Level 3. The gambler. 3 seconds isn't much, but in the right place, it's everything. You go to a casino. You stand at the roulette table. The dealer spins the ball. You close your eyes. The flash hits. You see the ball land on black 17. You open your eyes. You push all your chips onto black 17. The ball drops. Black 17. You win. You do it again. Red 4. You win. You do it with blackjack. You see the next card before it's dealt. You hit, you stay, you win. In one night, you make $50,000. Security escorts you out. They think you're counting cards. They have no idea. You don't care. You have capital now. You upgrade your life. But a casino is small. You want real money. Level 4. The day trader. The visions are getting stronger. It's not 3 seconds anymore. It's 3 minutes. You open a brokerage account. You sit at your computer. You stare at the stock tickers. The flash hits. You see the graphs plummeting. You see a pharmaceutical company's trial failing. You short the stock. 3 minutes later, the press release drops. The stock tanks. You make $500,000 in 2 hours. You see a tech company announcing a buyout. You buy call options. 3 minutes later, the news breaks. You make $2 million. You quit your job. You buy a penthouse. You buy designer clothes. You are a genius. Wall Street forums are tracking your trades. They think you have an algorithm. They think you have inside information. You do. You have the ultimate inside information, the timeline itself.
Level 5. The opportunist. Your power scales up. Hours now, sometimes a full day. You're making tens of millions. But the visions aren't just numbers anymore. They are events, tragedies. You are sitting in your penthouse. The migraine hits. It's blinding. You drop to your knees. You see a plane, Flight 820. You see the engine catching fire. You see it going down in the ocean. You wake up on your floor. You check the time. The flight leaves in 10 hours. You have a choice. You could call the airline. You could call the police. You could sound the alarm. You look at your trading terminal. You buy massive short positions on the airline's stock. 10 hours later, the plane crashes. 140 people die. Your portfolio jumps by $40 million. You turn off the TV. You pour a glass of expensive wine. You sleep perfectly fine. You are detached. Level 6. The anomaly. You aren't as invisible as you think. You make too much money. Your trades are too perfect. The SEC investigates you. They find nothing. No texts, no emails, no wiretaps. But someone else notices. Men in dark suits knock on your penthouse door. They aren't police. They are a black ops intelligence agency. They don't have a name. They bypass your security. They sit on your expensive couch. They show you a file. It's every trade you've ever made, every casino you've ever visited. They know. They don't want to arrest you. They want to recruit you. You are a statistical impossibility. You are an asset. They offer you immunity, protection, and infinite resources. In exchange, you work for them. You agree. You don't have a choice. Level 7, the Oracle. You don't look at stock tickers anymore. You look at satellite maps. You look at global threat boards. You sit in a secure bunker in Virginia. The visions span weeks now. A terrorist cell planning an attack in London. You give the agency the exact address. 3 days later, a strike team wipes them out. A foreign dictator planning a sudden invasion. You give the exact date and time. The agency moves a naval fleet into position. The invasion is canceled. You are preventing wars. You are saving thousands of lives. The director of the agency treats you like a god. The president receives daily briefings based entirely on your headaches. You are the most valuable weapon in the history of human civilization. You feel invincible.
Level 8, the Architect. Preventing things isn't enough. You start engineering them. The visions stretch into months. You see a massive economic collapse in Europe. The cause? A newly elected prime minister. You don't just warn the agency, you give them the solution. You tell them exactly which scandal to leak to ruin his campaign. You tell them exactly which opposing candidate to fund. You map out the exact sequence of events required to alter the future. You are playing chess, but you already know your opponent's next 50 moves. You shift global power dynamics. You topple regimes. You dictate energy prices. You are writing human history before it even happens. But the timeline doesn't like to be changed. Level 9, the Butterfly. Every time you change a major event, the timeline fractures. You stopped the European collapse, but the ripple effect creates something worse, a famine in Southeast Asia. You didn't see it coming until it was too late. You try to fix the famine. You tell the agency to move grain shipments. They do it, but the diverted ships cause a naval standoff in the Pacific. It escalates. Missiles are fired. You are scrambling. You are trying to plug holes in a sinking ship. Every action has an equal and opposite reaction. The visions are becoming chaotic. You see multiple futures at once. The headaches are agonizing. Your nose bleeds constantly. You stop sleeping. If you sleep, you see the worlds you destroyed. Level 10, the Rogue. The agency notices you are breaking down. You make a mistake. You gave them a bad prediction. A team of operatives was killed. The director doesn't trust you anymore. They don't see you as a partner. They see you as a machine that needs maintenance. They restrict your movements. They lock you in the bunker. You are a prisoner. But they are stupid. You saw this coming 3 months ago. You already laid the trap. You memorize the guard rotations. You know exactly which guard will drop his keycard at exactly 4:12 a.m. You know exactly which security camera will glitch at 4:15 a.m. You walk out the cell. You walk past the patrols. You walk out the front door. You vanish into the night. You are completely off the grid. Level 11, the Omniscient. You are a ghost. You live in a remote cabin. No internet, no phones. You don't need them. The visions are no longer flashes. They are permanent. You don't look at the world anymore. You look through it. You see years into the future. You see the agency hunting you. You see their raid on a safe house. You aren't there. You see the collapse of the US dollar. You see the next 3 presidents. You see the wars. You see the ceasefires. You see everything. It's a constant, deafening roar of information. You can't turn it off. You walk through a grocery store. You look at a cashier. You don't see a teenager. You see him dying of lung cancer in 40 years. You see his weeping widow. You look at a child. You see the car crash that will end her life next Tuesday. You are surrounded by ghosts. You are drowning in tragedy that hasn't happened yet. Level 13, the Paradox. Your mind fractures. The human brain was not built to hold infinity. Past, present, and future bleed together into a single blinding white light.
You lose track of when you are. You answer questions people haven't asked yet. You speak to people who have been dead for years. You apologize to a man on the street for a crime he won't commit until next decade. You stop eating. You stop drinking. You look in the mirror and you don't see your reflection. You see a rotting corpse. You see your own death. It's unavoidable. You try to change it. You move to a different city. You see yourself dying there. You lock yourself in a room. You see yourself dying there. The timeline is correcting itself. You are the anomaly, and the universe is coming to erase you. Level 13, the echo. You are in a white room, padded walls. You are wearing a hospital gown. You don't know how you got here. It doesn't matter. The doctors watch you through a glass window. They take notes. They think you are schizophrenic. They think you are completely insane. You sit in the corner. You are rocking back and forth. You are screaming, but you aren't screaming at the doctors. You aren't screaming at the walls. You are screaming because you are experiencing your own death, not once, but in every possible timeline, over and over, a loop of endless endings. You feel the bullet, you feel the poison, you feel the crash, you feel the heart stopping. You have the ultimate gift. You know everything that will ever happen, but you can never, ever change it. You are trapped in the future, and you will never escape.